Good morning, Jackson, Mississippi, and all surrounding areas. You've tuned in to the free-range human show of choice. Your daily dose of reality radio starts now. This is, of course, the Clay Edwards Show. I'm, of course, Clay Edwards. I'm joined in studio this morning by a couple buddies of mine and your national champion, I'm just going to say it, world champion, Mississippi Raiders Arena Football Team co-captains, Lance Barrett and Luke Greenlee. They started the season here the week of the first game, and they're ending it here the week after the last game.
Yep, that's it.
Bookended the season, we'll say, and undefeated championship season. And y'all ended up playing the championship game at home, correct?
That's it. Yep, we played last Saturday night. We beat the Las Vegas Kings 55-12 to take the championship.
Good stuff, man. So undefeated. Y'all had, 2 close games all year?
We had 2 games we probably didn't play up to our potential, and they were closer than they should have been. Probably left some points on the field, but yeah, that's pretty much every game we had. We dominated from start to finish.
That's awesome. Luke, you ended up being the game or the season MVP. What was that?
It was just the game MVP.
Just the championship game MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like Tom Brady stuff over there. Super Bowl MVP, champion. Come on down, like Jacktown Tom Brady.
Something like that.
That changed my Twitter handle right now. Updating bio. So what's going on, guys? How was the season? Lance, me and you were about the same age, 42. How old are you?
40.
You're 40, I'm 44. Luke?
I'm 41.
41.
Yep.
All right. How was it playing a full season, which is 8, 9 games, something like that?
You want the honest answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, I feel like I've aged 10 years since I talked to you a couple months ago.
You look tired.
It's been a long road, man, honestly. But we started the season, we played the Carolina Predators, and that was the week that we talked to you. Shortly after that, we beat them 68-0 to start the season off. Well, when you set the bar that high in the first game, you can't slack up, can't take your foot off the gas. So we kept going. We played. I wouldn't say every week we got better. Sometimes we would take a step back. We'd have to reassess what we did wrong and practice and work it out. But we had a great coaching staff. We actually had a coaching change right there before that game. So a new system got put in. We had to learn it pretty quickly. Got back on our feet, and then we just made it work. We hit the road running. We never lost a game. So, I mean, for me, I don't know about my good buddy and quarterback Luke Greenlee here, but I played my last football game. So I'm retiring. It's over with after this. Luke's probably going to Tom Brady us next year. We'll see what happens. But, it was a dream season. I mean, you can't recreate that. I mean, going out on top.
I followed you on social media the whole time and being buddies and stuff. And to see your family get to be along for the ride, to watch you can read a Facebook post from somebody every now and then, like they're full of crap. I was reading a post, but I could hear the joy. After every game, your pictures with the family. I mean, you had an opportunity at 40 years old to go out like that after not playing for a few years and be able to soak it all in. You played that's pro football in Jackson.
Yep.
Not semi-pro. That was pro football at the Coliseum.
Professional arena football.
And growing up in Jackson, to get to do anything in the Coliseum, whether it's state basketball championship games, if you're in a band, if you get to headline the Coliseum, but to get to be on the field to play in the Coliseum, dude, that's cool for a kid that grew up in the central Mississippi area.
Yeah, I'll let Luke elaborate on that a little bit, but there's a couple times where me and Luke was standing there pre-game before the game. We was out walking the field or, getting there, and we'd stand there and just kind of sit on the midfield and look up and look around and be like, man, can you believe we're playing right here in the Coliseum in front of all these people, and they paid to come and watch us, so it was surreal, man. It really was. And to be 40 years old and have a son that's playing high school football at Brandon and just have him on the sidelines, right, and have him on the sidelines, watching me and looking up to me, man. There's not a lot of people out there who can say they can do that.
Now, you played at Brandon. Where did you play high school at?
I went to Sebastopol.
That's right, Sebastopol. And, I ran into you at your daughter's graduation.
Yep, that was my daughter Anna Claire. Yep, she graduated this year.
Met you there. You know, I met your son and the whole family, and that was cool, man. But you know, it was cool as a parent. You get older like this, you're usually celebrating your children's athletic milestones. But for them to get to do it with you, kind of one last ride, I just thought it was awesome. I tell you, I was telling them, both guys, before we went on the air here. They make movies. They make Disney movies about this before all the grooming stuff. Like back in our day, they made Disney movies about this kind of stuff.
Well, have you seen the Kurt Warner movie where?
It's in queue to watch. But I had last time I was going to do it, you still had to pay like $20 to buy it instead of rent it. I was like, I like Kurt Warner, but I'll wait a month and pay $3.99.
That's a great movie. That one resonated with me a lot. It's like, man, I love this game. I love it so much. It's so hard to let go of. And then you get to a point where you're like, oh, man, I told Luke, I was like, I'm going to play until I feel like I'm a liability out there, and I don't want to get to that point. So going out on top.
Did you start every game?
I did. Started every single game. Offensive line. You know, I had to start because I couldn't let my buddy get hurt. So I had to go out there and take the blows so he could stand up.
Luke, what's in the cards for you, man? How did the season play out?
Man, to be honest with you, it played out way better than I expected it to. You know, going into the season, I wasn't the starting quarterback. I had a guy in front of me who was extremely good, and then our third game in the season, he got called up to the Columbus Lions, which is a team out of Georgia. So I got thrown in I got thrown in to start at quarterback, and ended up doing really well through 4 touchdowns and ran one in, and then you know, the season played out like it did. So.
I saw a highlight or two of you. How many rushing touchdowns did you have for the year?
I had 2 on the season. Yeah,
I mean, I saw them. I mean, you reminded me of Cam Newton.
Yeah.
You know, I told powering in.
I told him I made a post the other day. And I said, you know, I'm there to protect my buddy, my best friend, but anything he does past the line of scrimmage is on him. Because he would just do some acrobatic launching end zone stuff, and I tell you, man, when you get out there with arena, it's so fast paced.
Now hold on.
So
I got to stop you.
Okay.
You called him your best friend. Now I know Bubba Easterling is out there somewhere right now saying, "What about me?"
Bubba's still our best friend. Yeah, he's our little brother, really.
That's exactly what he is.
I mean, he's the Ole Miss fan in the group, right?
Yeah, he's the Ole Miss fan, Luke's the Alabama fan, and I'm the Mississippi State fan.
Man, that's good stuff. But no, look, I'll tell you, man, it was awesome to watch the whole day and to talk to y'all before the season. Of course, I follow y'all on social media and everything, too. We're friends in real life. You know, so it's cool to get a chance to sit here and talk to y'all and to see the celebration. I know you're wrapping it up. Luke, you're 90%.
No, about 99.9%. You know, after that game Saturday, my body was beat to pieces, and, man, I'm just old, so...
I hear you. Well, look, if anybody's out there and wants to call in, look, these guys are not here in an official capacity, so I'm going to drag them down the dirt road of things that we like to talk about on this show. It's not going to be all football the whole show. If you guys got anything you want to talk about, if you went to a game this year, they'd love to hear your experience of the game. Did you enjoy yourself? It's experience at the Coliseum, the whole 9 yards. The Mack Hike of Flowood, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram phone line is 601-879-0002. The Guns and Gear text line, 769-241-1944. We're going to take our first break real quick, and we'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show with Luke Greenlee and Lance Barrett, your national championship winning Mississippi Raiders arena football team. All right, welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. This segment is going to be brought to you by Watkins Construction and Roofing. A roof repair can cause you a lot of stress. Choosing the right roofing company to repair your roof is going to be very important. Most contractors will try to convince you that replacement is the only way to go, and that, my friends, that is not the Watkins way. They believe in an honest assessment that doesn't necessarily mean replacement. In most cases, all you need is a repair. Just like my 2 buddies over here, they don't need to be replaced. They just may need a little repairing after a long season. Your roof is no different. So whether you have a leaky roof, you need chimney repair, flat roof repair, roof water leak, shingle roof repair, metal roof repair, chimney flashing repair, Watkins Construction and Roofing is your go-to roof repair specialist. Give them a call today for your complimentary roof assessment. Hey, and after all that weather that came through the other night, I'm telling you, I said it yesterday, 40-some-odd trees down over at Castlewoods Country Club. If you live in that area, if it can knock a tree down, it can probably knock a shingle off a roof. You may want to get somebody out there to check out your roof. And that company is Watkins Construction and Roofing. 601-966-8233, or check them out online at watkinsconstructioninc.com. All right, I'm joined here in the studios by your national championship Mississippi Raiders, Lance Barrett and Luke Greenlee. They just finished up an undefeated season, capped it off with a 55-12 win over Las Vegas here in Jackson. Lance says he's officially retired. Luke's 99.9% retired. They went out in a blaze of glory like a Disney movie, man. It's just phenomenal. A couple old guys knocked the dust off and got out there and did the dang thing. I just think it's awesome. I think that story needs to be told.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of help, man. We had people from all over the country came right here to Jackson, Mississippi to play with us. Made some really good friends, lifelong friends out there. A lot of people from up north, good buddy, from Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Florida, Georgia, Washington, D.C. I mean, the people from everywhere came down here to play football.
There were, if you split the roster, there was more people not from here than from here, right? Or close to it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I would say right. So. Yeah, maybe 60-40, something like that, yeah.
It's got to be a heck of an expense to run a football team. I mean, especially when it's not local players and you're having to house and people and everything that's involved in that.
Luckily, me and Luke, we just had to go to practice and play football. We didn't have to do anything with the logistics of putting on a show on Saturday night. But you can imagine just with the vendors and merchandise and getting the arena set up. I mean, our front office did a phenomenal job getting these games set up every week, and we had some great crowds out there. And anybody that came to one of those games, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming out and supporting us, because we couldn't do what we do unless they came to watch. So definitely appreciate them.
I saw one of the initiatives that the team was taking to get kids involved in some practicing or whatnot, try to get kids off the street some. And I thought that was really cool. I mean, we sit up here and, I complain a lot about the Jackson crime and this, that, and the other, but there are organizations out there. I always reference my buddy Benny Ivy's Strong Arms of Jackson and Strong Arms of Rankin County that are trying to get these at-risk youth into doing some stuff. And when I saw where the team has stepped up and started doing some stuff, I thought that was really good.
Yeah, we partnered with Hinds County Sheriff's Department and JPD to kind of put on a initiative for the youth of Jackson, do some football camps, some basketball camps. Basically just giving these kids something to do during the summertime rather than hanging outside and getting in trouble. So that was definitely something that I was very proud to be a part of.
Are they still doing that now, or is that over with? Or when the season ends, does that end?
No, season ends, and that's when they get started, really. So we can now focus on community stuff since we don't have to prepare for a game every week.
Gotcha, Luke. I know you're probably not going to play anymore. Are you going to continue doing anything associated with football? Or are you just going to kind of see how it all shakes out? Where's your head at?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stick around. There's been talks about a couple of coaching opportunities for the Mississippi Raiders. So if that plays out, then I'll definitely still be there next year. Yeah,
I mean, I think that's kind of the part, because I didn't play sports after junior high, but I mean that's got to be the part when you play that long, especially coming back and playing again. Do you want to be a part of the team?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't necessarily have to be on the field, but to be a part of the team and the experience and the brotherhood and all that, that's got to be the part that's the hardest to let go.
Yeah, I mean, it's when I said something the other day about, I've been playing ball for, 31 years.
Yeah, combined, we might have 100 years, man.
Yeah. And then, and I've been playing ball along with a lot of the guys on the team who've been alive. So, to just walk away from something like this, it's real tough. So, for them to extend an opportunity for me to coach, I'm completely all right with it. So.
Yeah, well, we just got a text on the Guns and Gear text line from our friend Christy Kendall, and she runs the Mississippi Carters Association and some other stuff like that. She works for one of our great sponsors at Complete Exteriors Roofing and Gutters right there in Pearl, and they're putting together a big fundraiser with Strong Arms of Jackson and Benny Ivy and that crew. And she just texted and said she would love to have y'all as a part of their poker run, their fundraiser.
Absolutely.
And that's the kind of stuff I love, man. It's kind of pulling everything together and throwing it in a pot and seeing what we cook up. Right, so we'll definitely get some stuff there together. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. And look, this popped off yesterday, man, and I can't not talk about this. Did you guys see, and I know the answer, but did you guys see Senator Josh Hawley and that girl going at it yesterday?
Oh, yeah. What was that, some kind of a Senate hearing?
Yeah, it was a Berkeley law professor, Cara Bridges, trying to explain to Josh Hawley that because he doesn't believe that men can get pregnant, that he is an existential threat to trans people.
Yeah, I think I saw some TikToks of that, man. Some people were like, took that and ran with it.
Well, look,
it's wild.
We're going to reset this real quick. I'm going to play this for our audience in case they missed it. Guys, it's only about a minute and a half long. You'll be punching the steering wheel by the end of this. Well, I guess if I could get my volume to work here. Oh, wrong. It would help if I hit the right button.
You said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence?
I sure hope it does.
Violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get
So
pregnant.
you are denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good time in my class. You should join.
Oh, I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot just in this exchange.
Absolutely.
I want to paint the picture of how crazy this lady looks for y'all. Imagine a black AOC. That's the best I can do. A black Alexander Ocasio-Cortez. Guys, can men have babies?
Luke, I'm gonna let you take this one, brother.
I mean, me personally, no. I don't think that men can have babies.
I've seen some crazy things that pops on at 4 a.m. I mean, I don't, but I said, I don't think you can put me together and convince me that men can have babies. I just bring all this up and. Because this is what happens when you don't have a strong man in the house and a father figure, is it allows for backcrap crazy thinking like this. And it's important to have a man in the house. And Lance, I see your relationship with your kids, and you're clearly, I don't think there's going to be a conversation you have to have in your house at any point down the road.
No, definitely not. I think everybody's pretty much on the path they're going to be on here for the next few years. But yeah, dude, honestly, I think this is just an ideology that is geographical. She's a law professor at UC Berkeley. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't think she gets away with doing that on the streets around here in the South. So
no. I mean, there's a few of them. I'll get a few death threats, and I'll get told that I'm going to cause trans people to get killed by discussing the fact that they're crazy. But you have to talk about these things. You have to normalize having conversations about how crazy this is, and that's how they try to defeat you, and that's how they try to kind of beat you down. Is they like what she just did to him. Are you denying that they exist? No, I don't think anybody's denying that trans people exist. What we're denying is that no matter what you call yourself, if you get pregnant, you're a woman.
Well, you got a radio show on the other side of the country that's doing exactly the opposite of what we're doing, now they're reinforcing that ideology. So those people, I don't know what you would call it, but man, that's tough to process. It's tough to just listen to because it goes against everything that we've been taught morally and ethically here, growing up in the South.
I did not hear it yesterday. I heard it this morning first thing when I woke up. I had a podcast going and they played that, and I was brushing my teeth, and I'm surprised I didn't knock a tooth out. I was like, oh, it just hurts your brain. Mm-hmm. But this is a law for the. We talk about indoctrinating our kids, sending them off to schools. I mean, that's not exclusive to Berkeley. These tenured professors, and even in places like Mississippi, right. They get in that bubble, and there's no telling what they're teaching our kids. I mean, you mentioned TikTok earlier. That is a melting pot of crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds that are on there sharing stuff. Me, fortunately, with all three of my children going to Brandon, I've never had them come home and say, "Oh, I got a teacher or something that said or did this or anything like that." So that's something that we don't even worry about. It's not even something in our realm here in our location, and thank God for it. We're safe.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, but we have to keep fighting, or we won't be, because it doesn't take but a small minority of crazy to ruin the whole thing. For example, talking about being in Brandon and being safe, and I agree 100%. It's the same thing with this abortion stuff. All these people going crazy about abortion, and I'm like, well, if you don't like it, move somewhere that they allow it. I would like to be a sanctuary state for my kid not to have to go be around that kind of stuff. Mm. Just whatever it is you like. People told me all the time, and I've mentioned this on the radio a dozen times. When I started the Save Jackson stuff, everybody would just tell me, well, if you don't like it, leave. If you don't like it, leave. Well, I did, and it was the best advice I ever got. and that made them really mad. Oh, why did you leave? You're not allowed to talk about it. Like, no, it's still the state capital. I'll talk about it. But same thing. If you don't like the abortion law or like thereof in Mississippi, leave. If you're out in California and you don't like this trans stuff, come down to Mississippi, man. You'll like it a lot better here.
Yeah. Well, listen to that exchange there. It's almost like you can't question, you can't ask questions anymore, and I think that's the most dangerous thing. If we can't have a conversation, if we can't have discourse, to me that's scary stuff right there.
Well, people ask the question a lot, and y'all don't have to comment on this if you don't want to, but people ask the question a lot: how did the Nazis get the normal everyday Germans to go along with the Holocaust? And this is exactly how they got the normal. They refused to have conversations. They told you were crazy, you're a bigot, you're all these things if you don't believe everything they believe. I mean, you can't believe in 99% of it. You have to believe in 100% of it, or you're equally as much of a bigot and an ist and a phobe as somebody who believes in 0% of it.
Yep.
And that's the indoctrination that they're doing to our children and attempting to do to us. I mean, I know normal adults that say, well, but this part doesn't bother me. I'm like, no, you almost have to be all in the other direction, or you might as well be, because they're going to treat you like you are. Yeah. So it's crazy out there. All right, look, guys, if y'all want to call in, Mac Haga Flowwood phone line, 601-879-0002. The Guns and Gear text line, 769-241-1944. We'll be right back after this break on 103.9 WYAB. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. I'm joined in studio this morning by my old buddies, Mr. Lance Barrett and Luke Greenlee. They are two of your national championship winning, undefeated Mississippi Raiders arena football team. They just wrapped up their season down at the Big House, a.k.a. the Mississippi Coliseum, with a 55-12 shellacking of the Las Vegas team. And they look, undefeated season. You can't beat that. We'll talk to them more about that stuff, and we're going to draw what's trending coming up next. We'll get these guys' opinions on what's going on in the world. And this segment is going to be brought to you by Kimberly Harrelson over at Next Home Realty. Listing, selling, or buying a home, it's easier than you may think. In fact, it's just a click away when you work with Kimberly Harrelson at Next Home Realty. If you're looking to make a move to or from the Jackson area, then Kimberly Harrelson is the agent that you'll want. She knows how to negotiate the best price, buying or selling. Kimberly Harrelson will help you make the right decision with your home. Check her out online. Just go to Facebook and type in Kimberly Harrelson Next Home, and her business page will pop up there. It's got all of her contact information, tons of pictures with happy customers, and you can be the next one. And she spells Kimberly, Kimberlee. So give her a call if you're looking to move or sell your home. All right, guys, we've been doing this thing every day for the last week or so called What's Trending. We just go to Twitter. There's no prep involved in this. Just pull it up. I don't pick and choose what I want to talk about, just whatever the trending things are. One of the things I see here is, did y'all see where the First Lady called Latinos tacos?
I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
I didn't see that. She was giving a speech in San Antonio, and she told the Latinos that they were as unique as breakfast tacos in San Antonio. And
breakfast tacos are pretty good. That could be a compliment.
I mean,
to some.
I love them. Democrats have called me a lot worse than a taco. So I've been called worse. I mean, I love a good breakfast burrito anyway. I like from Whataburger or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
I don't like fast food necessarily, but Whataburger's got a good
Sonic's
breakfast
got some
burrito.
good ones too.
Yeah. They do.
Yeah.
Sonic does have a good breakfast burrito. But she called him, and one of the organizations came out and said, we are not tacos. And I heard some black folks on an interview yesterday that were at, I think it was Whoopi Goldberg of all people, came out and said that'd be like comparing black people to fried chicken. And I was like, oh. I mean,
people can interpret anything.
When the View is when the View is piling on to a Democrat, you know it's bad. Mm-hmm. You know it's bad. So, what do y'all think? If they were going to stereotype white Southern guys, what would be the food they stereotyped us with?
That's a tough question.
Man, I don't know. Would it just be like barbecue? Because me and you do a lot of barbecues.
Yeah, we do a lot of barbecue.
Yeah, we do a ton of barbecue.
Steak or barbecue. Mine could very well be fried chicken too.
Yeah, I can't afford steak. Luke probably can, but we just have hamburgers.
Well, he's an MVP, of course. I mean, I think I could pizza. Pizza would be mine. Barbecue. I don't know. I think Dave Chappelle did a whole skit about white people hiding what they eat at the grocery store. It's like, he liked to follow white people around at the grocery store and see what y'all put in your grocery carts, and you hide very well. All right, let's see here, man. We got a call here on the Matt Kike of Flowwood phone line. Hey, you're on there?
Hi, this is Sylvia.
Hey, Sylvia.
I just wanted to say the comparison would be apple pie.
I'll take an apple pie. I will be as American as apple pie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when you asked that question. And I'm enjoying your guests, so I'm glad you have them on. And I think it's just totally awesome. I think they're really good young men, or old men, or middle-aged men. No, they can't be middle-aged.
Young at heart.
Younger than I am.
Yeah, the Sylvia, the heart is young, but the body is getting old.
I understand that real well. But guys, have a good morning, and thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Have a blessed day.
Hey, my sister just said casseroles is what white people are known for. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, casseroles, yeah. That's good there. Oh, somebody texted in and said Red Hots. That's candy. Come on now. Listen, all right, so we're casseroles. I can live with that. I like a good chicken spaghetti and tater tot casserole.
Absolutely.
I think it's time to bring casseroles back, man. Casseroles used to be big back in the 90s, and we need to. That's it, Luke. That's what me and you can do now that we're retired. Mm-hmm. We start up a casserole business.
There's one opening up, but right there next to Kimberly Harrelson's next home.
Always one day too late.
There's one opening up right there on Lake Old Fannin, right there in front of the bowling alley, and the shopping center on the main strip there.
Really? Yeah.
It's something casseroles to go or something like that. Free plug for casseroles to go. I think one of the reasons casseroles faded out was. The phone lines are lit up. It's always something like food. It's always something like casseroles faded away because of everybody's obsession with low carb. Because I think casseroles are very high carb, a lot of pasta, a lot of potato.
I'm an offensive lineman. I'm pro carb.
I'm pro carb too. I just don't get to eat them as much as I like to. All right, man. Let's jump on the lines here. On the Matt Kike of Flowwood phone line. Hey, Derek, you on there, brother?
Hey, Clay, man, quit playing. You know you white folks love coleslaw with raisins and mystery meat.
Oh, no, not me. No. You put some raisins in my coleslaw, we're fighting.
I don't want a raisin near my potato salad.
Yeah, you know, macaroni and cheese and, you know, stuff.
Only if it's Kraft cheese and mac.
No, you know what? Yeah, come on, man. You know, it's all harmless fun. But think about this right here, right? I'm like Chris Rock. Let's just say the thing about the chicken, about the fried chicken. Okay, fine. But I do love banana pudding. I drop kick somebody over some banana pudding that just came out of the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah, man.
I'm right there with you, man, on that banana pudding. And look, and I don't even understand where this whole fried chicken thing got started, because if it wasn't for the chicken, I don't think I'd be here today. I've probably eaten more chicken than most humans.
Yeah, but no, I just thought I'd call it there, Clay. Clay, you know you be eating them bologna sandwiches and, you know, bologna and cheese.
The only time in my life that I ever ate a bologna sandwich was my third day in jail. The only time I had to spend more than one night, I spent 3 days. I was on hunger strike the first 2.5 days. By the time that bologna sandwich came around out there in the Raymond Hilton, I think I ate 2 bologna sandwiches. I was trying to buy the ones back I'd given away to the guys the previous days.
Look, I can't be here if we're gonna hate on bologna sandwiches, man. 'Cause I will wear a bologna sandwich out.
Mississippi round steak, man.
Hey, Clay, but you know the late Bernie Mac said you guys love cheese sandwiches. He said 15 minutes, you're back on the clock.
Yeah, all right.
He said, y'all don't take a break long. He said, but we take a break. You got to go 5 minutes. He said, y'all 15 minutes, eat your cheese sandwich. And you back.
Well, I do cheese quesadillas, man. I make one about every night. Just throw it in the oven and boom, it's easy to eat and roll with it. All right, Derek, I appreciate you, brother. Have a good one.
Hey, you too, man.
All right. Derek's good people, man. We got another call here on the Matt Clark and Flowwood phone line. Hey, caller, thanks for staying on hold. You're on there.
Hey, good morning. It's Christy.
Hey, Christy, how you doing?
Your food for Southern white guys is chicken and dumplings.
I can get down with that.
Now,
it's kind of a casserole.
If you want to make it race specific, you could always put a little cracker crumble on the top.
I mean, we might have invented something here: chicken and dumplings casserole.
Yeah,
I mean.
Because I like cheese in everything. That's the only thing chicken and dumplings is missing is some cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, no! I like chicken dumplings, especially from being from the north. It's like a religion down here. Chicken and dumplings up north it just doesn't happen. I mean, you'll get it every now and then, but it's not something people make often. Here, you can't walk into a restaurant and it's not on a menu or on a buffet or offered as a blue plate special, but it's definitely chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, we need to have more chicken and dumpling stuff. Like, we need a chicken and dumpling festival or something like that, or a cook-off.
I like it. Maybe we can get our friends out at the Raymond Farmers Market to do a chicken and dumplings day on the lunch menu.
There you go.
We got to do it in the fall.
Hey, you guys have a great day. I want to tell the guys congratulations on their big win. That's awesome.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Chrissy. That was Chrissy. That was the girl I was telling you about earlier that was putting that benefit together.
Yeah, I'd love to do something with her.
Yeah, just good, rock solid people. Well, yeah, I tell you, man, the food stuff. You just never know what's going to light the phones up.
Yeah, I think we found the hot topic button to press is food.
What about fried pork chops? I mean, that's another.
Oh yeah, that's.
Oh man,
I mean, I show up for fried pork chops.
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for fried pork chops.
Look, we got it. I'm gonna be starving to death by the time we get through with this thing.
Can we claim? Is anybody claiming bacon? Can we claim bacon? Just
bacon's
like
universal.
First round draft pick.
No,
it's got to be bacon, right?
Bacon is absolutely universal. I mean, everybody loves bacon, right? Are they?
I don't know a
bacon
person that doesn't. Besides,
they're bacon haters out there.
Are we on the Guns and Gear text line? We just got a dark horse candidate here. I don't even know this person, but Cara says, listening in, and it's wild game. Deer meat.
Yeah, deer meat.
Man, that was.
That may be it.
That won the day right there.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I've got a freezer full of deer meat at the house right now.
Yeah, sold. Cara, you won text of the day on the Guns and Gear text line. You don't get anything, but you got your name shouted out on the radio. All right, look, we're going to take our last break of the day. Come back, land this plane with Luke and Lance on the Clay Edwards Show. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. This last segment of the day is going to be brought to you by Take a Break Deliveries If you're sitting around, can't leave work today to get lunch, or you don't feel like cooking dinner tonight, let Take a Break Deliveries do the work for you. Go to their website or download their app at takeabreakdeliveries.com or the app from your favorite app store. Pick your favorite restaurant. Overwhelmingly, they're probably going to be a locally owned restaurant, and you're doing business with 2 locally owned businesses. Take a Break is locally owned and veteran owned. They also deliver beer and liquor where applicable. So check them out and use the discount code capital C Clay 601 if you've never ordered from them before, and save yourself $4. All right. We're joined in the studio by Lance Barrett and Luke Greenlee. They just won a national championship with the Mississippi Raiders football team. We've talked about everything from football to crazy trans people having babies to what food would white people be associated with the most. And we've just about, our friend Cara on the Guns and Gear text line settled the score for us. It's deer meat.
Yeah, well, this show's been all over the place, man. We can't find a center here. We've been everywhere.
It'd be like that sometimes. One of the other things trending is Daisy Dukes
Making a comeback.
Apparently,
God. About time.
Well, as long as it's actually real women that wear them.
Are we talking about the same thing?
As long as it's,
I was talking about like the Dukes of Hazzard, the Daisy Duke shorts.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. As long as it's real women actually wearing them, not trans women or whatever. Oh, visual. Well, guys, so look, man, y'all going to wind it down. Football's about over with for you. Or Lance, it is over with. Luke, 99% sure. Luke can possibly get into coaching if that plays out. Lance, what's next for you, brother?
Honestly, I've spent the last, I'd say pretty much decade doing this in the spring and summertime, playing football, me and Luke. This is how we met. So, man, there's a lot of, fellowship involved in football. I'm going to enjoy my kids. My daughter is going to Ole Miss next year. I know I'm a Mississippi State guy, but, not a better school when it comes to, getting the degree she wants in the medical field.
No, as you get older, that doesn't matter.
I always said I've been Hail State since I was born, but with the, the amount of, stuff she's getting to go to Ole Miss, I'll scream hotty toddy for the next 4 years.
I'll scream it with you.
So my son, he's a sophomore, plays O-line at Brandon. I'm working with him. He's at practice right now, summer workouts. So I love just spending time with him and mentoring and watching the next generation take it and go from here. So spending time with the family, enjoying life. It's been a great 40 years. We'll just see what the next 40 have in store.
Yeah, Luke, what you got going on, brother?
Oh man, just work. It's just time to really, I guess, get back focused on that because during the football season I have to work and then take off work and go to practice and all that stuff. So, but now it's back to work.
You got your tree business, right?
Yeah.
You want to plug that?
Hey, it's Greenlee's Tree Service, man. If you need something done, give me a holler.
Yeah, I think your dad did that with you.
Yeah.
I saw him at the gas station the other day, and I almost said hey and tried to explain that I knew you, but I said I don't want to bother him. He looked like he was wore out, checking out at the store, and I was like, I'm gonna let him go on about his business.
That's my daddy.
That's good stuff there. Real quick in closing, how do you think the Bulldogs, the Brandon Bulldogs, are going to do this year?
I was at practice yesterday watching them out there, and I'm telling you, them kids, even at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, it is hot out there, and they were out there working out, man. They were on the field. I think we are going to have a very good season. Went to state championship last year and lost in a heartbreaker. We got a good football team coming up. I really am hopeful about this season. So I think Coach Williams on the right track. I think he's got the team in the direction he needs to go. So I'm looking forward to a lot of state championships these next few years.
Yeah, hopefully Coach Williams is there for the long haul.
Yeah,
I mean, cause
great guy. Talked to him yesterday. He's a superb, absolute great coach. I would have loved to have him as a coach.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up with that. Lance Barrett, Luke Greenlee, appreciate you guys coming in. It's an open invitation anytime you want to come out here and chop it up with me. This has been the Clay Edwards Show. I'll be back tomorrow with Anson B. Walker for our Walker Lifestyle segment. Jim Thorne's up next, followed by Mike Madison. ClayEdwardsShow.com.
Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.